Don't expect too much from this live stream. I'm literally just going for a walk, so don't expect too much from this. The moon. On your left, you have a street pole. On your right, you have the moon. Let me get that light pole out. The moon is actually really bright today. That's the moon right there. It looks like a legit full moon today. Like a legit full moon. I would have pulled up the P1000, but like I already got a shot of the full moon, so it gets a bit redundant after a while. So yeah, guys, I'm not trying too hard today. I was bored going for a walk, so maybe you guys entertain me, but we'll see what happens. I'm not trying to do anything with this video in particular. I'm just live streaming while I'm walking, so make of it what you will. Someone says that I look sexy today, that if they were a vampire, they would eat me. Pretty creepy. Nah, I don't play lotto, bro. And cars and shit. It's just random. What's up? Flattening atheism. Alan, what's up, bro? It's fucking bored, man. I just figured I would just go for a walk and live stream. The moon looks sexy, says flattening atheism. It's a full moon. That's for sure. Oh, Jesus. Still depressed after Connor's loss. No, I think Floyd Mayweather fans took that fight more seriously than Conor McGregor fans, at least more seriously than I took it. I think Floyd Mayweather fans were just really offended and salty that an outsider would dare come in and try to take away their guy's reputation. So they took the Mayweather-McGregor fight more personally than I did, that's for sure. McGregor, I would say, did pretty good. I mean, whatever, but that's an old topic. That's a dead topic. Bored, walking, just bored. 10:40 p.m. on a Tuesday. Flattening atheism says that these walks are great. Well, really today I wasn't even planning to talk. So if I do end up talking, then I end up talking, but is African DNA superior? They seem very strong. I don't know, man. It's a bright ass moon. I think it's a full moon, yeah, for sure. Whatever. I don't know what the fucking moon is, bro. Here we got a lake. So, well, actually, it's more like a big ass canal. Moon, canal. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know if African DNA Stronger. I don't know. That's what they say, right? Like, yeah, that's what the black supremacists say. They say the white genes are recessive. You crackers have recessive, inferior genes. I think that's bullshit. They claim that there's science to it, but I don't trust any of that. That's all a bunch of white professors at university said white genes are inferior, and black racist supremacists take that as gospel. Yeah, okay. A bunch of guilty white liberal university professors and quote researchers. Okay. Yeah. We trust that. Yeah, we trust that. But if there's one thing that black supremacists love doing is they love worshiping, whatever the hell a white liberal tells them as gospel. Yeah, I remember that YouTuber that didn't want white people to watch his videos. I mean, I think I know which one you're talking about. The one who hates crackers or something. Flattening atheism says if it comes out of a university, it's a fucking lie. That's a good general rule of thumb. Take it with a big fat grain of salt. How about that? Debate flat earth with an infinite balls believer. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hating the white man is bashing. This societal acceptance of bashing white people is actually just white supremacy masquerading as bleeding heart liberalism. It's to help protect minorities. You know, you know how it goes, man. Hey, Chris, what's up? Oh, Jesus. So yeah, pretty much. It's actually crazy. Every day I come more and more to the conclusion that whereas before I used to say, no, we don't live under a system of white supremacy. That's crazy. Now I'm starting to think, yeah, we do live under a system of white supremacy. It's called white liberalism. White liberalism, every single element and angle of white liberalism further reinforces white supremacy while further victimizing and turning quote minorities into helpless victim babies. Every single part of it. So yeah, I'm starting to think that white supremacy does exist. It's called white liberalism. So if you're one of those white genocide people seeing all this crazy Black Lives Matter racist shit and all this black supremacist racist shit and all this anti-white stuff on the mainstream media, if you're one of these white genocide people who think, oh no, the white race is in decline, look at all the signs, everyone else is allowed to be racist, but we exhibit any shred of tribalism and we lose our jobs and the media demonizes us. Man, you don't have anything to worry about, bro. White liberal corporate liberals are running the show, man, and they're they're very smart, they're very cunning in how they run shit. So yeah, if you're one of those white genocide people, white liberals taught me that the white race ain't going nowhere. Thanks, Dilbert, for the super chat. I should cross this fucking street. down that way. Look at the fucking moon. Look at the moon. If we make it across the street. Motorcycle. Two motorcycle people. Because what's driving around on a motorcycle if you're not making stupidly loud sounds? And Jesus Christ, I hate that. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Moonlight says he hates obnoxious bikers. Yeah, tell me about it, bro. Anyways, just a random walk, you know. It's getting that kind of antsy feeling where you're kind of sitting around in your room, your home, whatever. You start getting antsy feelings. So you just start to incessantly scroll Twitter. You start to incessantly scroll YouTube. And you search desperately for something interesting to watch. But there's nothing interesting to watch. So after your 1 minute scroll session, you put down the phone, you put down the Twitter, and you quickly realize, oh crap, I have nothing to do, and now I have to sit in silence. So you quickly run to your phone again, you scroll Twitter again, hoping there's something else that'll keep your attention for another desperate 3 minutes or so. And then you go to YouTube and you scroll there, and there's nothing to watch there, and you put that down, and you realize, oh my God, you're stuck in silence again, doing nothing. And the silence is, it can eat you up. I mean, if some people have trouble, I have trouble sometimes, you know, sitting in pure silence. And not just sitting in silence, but also not thinking. You know, that's a tough one. You know, somebody I know personally in my life who I recently started hanging around more with. I hadn't hung around this person for a while. And my God, they can't sit still. This person can't sit still. They always have to be doing something. And you might think, oh, that's productivity. Get this man a fidget spinner. Exactly. Fidget spinners are so demonic. It's the ultimate way to cover up your child's incessant, psychotic inability to just sit still and shut up. And people wonder why. Why are kids like this? Why do they need fidget spinners? Because they fidget too much. Why? I wonder if it has anything to do with shoving a fucking iPad in their face from 6 months old. For fuck's sake, man. If I have a kid, man, they're not going to know what an iPad is, bro. They're not going to know what a television is, bro. Man, you know? You know, if you feed your kid heroin, is that illegal? Is that considered child abuse? Thank you, Ben Dover, for the $2 super chat. You better bend over, you bitch. Motherfuckers with the tricky little names. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, the thing is, when you live in this sort of system where you know you think you live on a spinning ball, which it's like believing you're stuck on a hamster wheel. Why would you ever sit still in silence? So when you live in this rat race system where it's all about constant motion and constant activity, um, people have to have their brains constantly occupied. And the silence, when you have to sit still in silence, people wonder why that NPC meme exists, non-playable character meme. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that people can't sit still. You can't sit still, you're constantly in a state of distraction. Your mind has to constantly be occupied by some shit. And when your mind is occupied, you're not grounded because you are up in the stars, distracted by all types of airy-fairy, fleeting thoughts. That's what makes you easy to manipulate. That's what makes you a vulnerable. Like driving an unnecessarily loud motorcycle. Constant motion, constant noise, constant activity. And people say, that's good. You're productive. It's good to be constantly doing stuff. And why would you ever want to sit down and sit still? Well, if you're an active person stemming from a place of empowerment and self-awareness, that's a good thing, probably. But if your activity stems from a deep existential fear of sitting still in silence because of what you may have to witness about your own self internally, then now you're just this frantic person constantly running to the next little thing. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this random live stream, because I was bored. And I'm like, well, actually, that's not entirely true. I am doing this live stream because I was bored, but really, I started going for this walk because I was sitting around bored. I'm like, okay, I could either spend the next 2 hours incessantly scrolling Twitter, putting it down when I realize there's nothing to see, then jumping to the laptop and checking YouTube, and then putting it down when there's nothing to see, then jumping back to Twitter. And I can do that for the next 2 hours until I get so tired that I fall asleep. Or I can sit in silence in my room. I can sit in silence in my room. So I figured, okay, well, I'll go for a walk. In a way, I bet walking is a form of mental distraction. I bet you. Because you always got something new happening. So technically, it's not the same as sitting in silence quietly, but it's better than scrolling Twitter incessantly for the next, 2 hours or whatever. So. Street light, moon. Street light, moon. Yeah. Alan from Flattening Atheism YouTube channel asks, any more developments with your dad? And you mean regarding his views on the flat earth? Well, I was out at dinner to celebrate my brother's birthday the other day, and my dad was there. And while I was out at the restaurant, Red Pill Philosophy viewer slash subscriber recognized me. He was out having dinner with his girlfriend or wife. I'm not sure who the heck she was, but and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Great, 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 whatever. We start talking, start chatting. We bring up all the topics. We start talking about flat Earth. My dad's right next to me, and this is the second time that I'm out with my dad somewhere in public. A viewer recognizes me, and then we start talking about flat Earth. So my dad he thinks flat Earth is ridiculous, and he 100% believes he lives on a spinning ball, stuck to the underside of a spinning ball. But I know that for a lot of globers, you believe what you believe because it's what everyone else believes, and that's all there is to it. And don't pretend it's not true. To be honest, 95% of you globers never even knew anything about the supposed evidence proving that we live on a ball. You just believed it because that's what you were taught. So I think my dad's brain is he's starting to get, there's a few glitches firing off in his brain lately, because this is twice now that regular, normal people out about in public happen to watch my channel, see me, and then they're totally cool, down to earth, open-minded people who will talk about the flat Earth, who will entertain the topic, who will debate it, and might even think that the globe might have some holes. So I think my dad's brain is starting to he's starting to realize that this isn't just some joke. This isn't just some silly thing on the internet. But he's still very much against it, and he still very much defends the globe. And it's very one-sided, but everyone has to go through their journey, so it's all right. So there's no rush here. I'm not in a rush, and you have to be patient with the process. So yeah, that's the update with my dad. By the way, guys, my official P1000 Lighthouse observation video, the full presentation video, will be premiering. God damn, I know I've been saying that now, but I'm hoping I'll get it done in 3 fucking days. So it'll be premiering. Hopefully in 3 days I'll have it done. And you guys can sit back in awe at the P1000 Lighthouse observations that I've captured. I teased it out with a little image. About a week ago, I teased out some of the results. To put it bluntly, the results indicate that different atmospheric conditions, including temperature, humidity, etc., drastically change the results of how much of the lighthouse you can see. And I'll just come out and say it. I've done 2 P1000 lighthouse observations, one on a different day each. Cross here. And on both of those days, it appeared as if the majority of the lighthouse was missing. Shit. You could even say roughly 70 feet of the lighthouse was hidden behind the big ball of water. Which is interesting because that's literally, well, number one, that's completely different observations than what I saw last December with the, measly pair of binoculars. Last year, it looked like I could see the whole damn lighthouse from top to bottom. But when I went out with the P1000 a couple weeks ago, on those 2 separate days, it looked like the majority of the lighthouse was hidden behind the wall of water. Pete says says, yeah, I'm bored, so let me upload a worthless video of me walking and moaning, and you wonder why people want to sub. Anyways, so, big ass truck. So yeah, so here's the thing. According to the official Glober's calculators, 13.8 miles away, Lighthouse is supposed to be hidden by 77 feet. And I'll tell you one thing, based on what I saw with the P1000, I look out and I'm like, shit, that could be 77 feet missing. So the question is, which observation do you trust? Do you trust the P1000 from 2 weeks ago? Do you trust the binoculars from last year, which showed the entire lighthouse from top to bottom, including low-level trees around its base? Which one do you go with? And now the question that I'm at basically is, which atmospheric conditions most accurately depict the world for what it is? So back in December with the binoculars, where I can see the whole lighthouse from top to bottom, it was cold. It was December. It was cold that morning. And there was very low humidity. And the water was still as a mirror. Whereas when we went out last week with the P1000, a week and a half ago, those 2 times, well, like 2 weeks ago at this point, it was hot, it was muggy, it was wet, and it was pretty choppy out there in the water. Someone says low humidity equals low distortion. Right. In fact, I heard one of the big time Globers on YouTube say this the other day. He said it. He said, the more heat, the more humidity, the more rain, the more choppiness there is out there, the more distorted it's going to become. In other words, still, calm, cold, crisp, minimal humidity days most accurately represent what the world actually looks like. So basically, if that Glober, and he's one of the big Globers, his name's Soundly, if that's the case, then what I saw with my binoculars on December, where I can see pretty much the entire lighthouse, is more accurate and representative of what things actually look like than when I'm coming out here in Miami's miserably hot, September, October months, where it's hot and it's humid and it's miserable. So that's what I'm waiting for at this point. I'm waiting for a cold, low humidity, still day. And I want to see what I capture with the P1000. But still, even if that day doesn't come before I finish this video, I will upload the video as is. I know it's taking me a while, guys. I apologize. But I'm doing a legit edit here. Like, I'm actually going in there. It's editing. I took my drone out. I flew the drone to get like aerial footage. So, it's gonna be a nice, well presented thing. But yeah. So that's the deal with the lighthouse right now. And we'll see what happens. But wait. Sorry, $5 super chat. Have you heard of the NPC meme? Yes, I was actually talking about it a moment earlier. Did I miss another super chat? Oh, Ben Pause Dover says, buy yourself a Gatorade when you're done. See you later. Gotta go hit the jackpot. All right, man. Later. And we had another super chat from, we had a small snack. Have you heard of the NPC? Yeah, I was talking about the NPC meme earlier because sorry, dogs are. Yeah, this is why I was talking. This barking dog is exactly the reason I was talking about the NPC meme. this barking dog. See, dogs are very hysterical. You know, dogs are very erratic in their energy. They can't shut up. They can't sit still. Then you compare that to like a cat. Cats are quiet and sneaky, introverted. They don't make a lot of noise. And they're very content to literally sit on a cushion in utter silence with their eyes closed and meditate. I mean, what else is a cat doing when they sit there with their posture nice and high, but their eyes are closed and they're clearly not asleep? They're meditating, as far as I'm concerned. Dogs don't understand meditation, like most humans don't understand meditation. The human race, probably because we think we live in a spinning ball. So when you think you live on a spinning ball and the universe is in constant motion, your brain is like, wait, it seems to go against your entire being to sit still and to shut up. Sitting still and shutting up, it's like it's in conflict with the way you were taught the world is. Wait for this truck to pass. Sitting still and shutting up is in conflict with the mental construct that you were taught to believe the world is like. So you think you live on a spinning ball. So even when you sit down and take a pause, you're still spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. So yeah, cats and dogs are very different. And people say, oh, that's just because dogs are loving and they love you, and they just, they're loyal and they love you. And every time you walk into the house, they go crazy because they just love you. Yeah, maybe. But I look at it more as neediness, not love. See, do they love you? Do they go crazy every time you walk into the house and spin around in circles and jump on top of you and literally practically they piss themselves every time their owner comes? Is that because they love you, or is that because they need you, and because dogs are very needy creatures? And when you flip it and you look at it as not love, but you look at it as neediness, then dogs become a bit annoying. It's nothing personal. If you have a dog, I don't give a crap. It's not like I hate dogs or anything, but so yeah, I was talking about the NPC meme earlier because I was talking about how people can't sit still, because that's why I'm doing this live stream in the first place. Because I was kind of done with stuff for the evening and had a couple hours left before I knock out and go to bed, and I found myself incessantly looking at Twitter and then incessantly looking at YouTube, and then I couldn't find anything interesting on Twitter and I couldn't find anything interesting on YouTube. So I'd be constantly bouncing back and forth. And I'm like, oh God, I'm getting sucked into another one of these things where I can't sit still and just shut up. Sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing, bro. It's just to shut up and sit still. But why sit still when you're on a spinning ball, right? But anyways, don't want to go down that route yet, but thanks, Matthew. Appreciate it. Flying up next to the moon. So yeah, man, we live on a spinning ball, bro. We live on a spinning ball, even though when you stand up and you stand still, just you don't feel anything. Yeah, man. Hey, it's possible, bro. It's possible that our senses are constantly, perpetually deceiving us. Yeah, that's possible. It's possible that the very thing you use to navigate the world, your sense faculties, don't sense the most foundational force beneath your feet. That's fine. Hey, anything's possible, right? Don't be sad, Rebecca. It's just millions of dollars. It doesn't matter, right? Does it only seem... Rebecca, the artist or whatever her name is. Rebecca W. Artist. She pops up in my live streams quite regularly. Small Snack says, do you speak Spanish? Sí, un poco, pero no mucho. It's not the best Spanish in the world. It'll get me through. It'll get me through most situations. I actually think I knew Spanish better when I was a kid because I was around my grandmother more often and being around my Spanish-speaking grandmother more often. I actually think I spoke Spanish better when I was like 5 than I do now because I don't use it that often. Just trying to cross the street here, but everything is like all red. Okay, there's some green finally. Just cross this fucking street. Cross this fucking street. So anyways, as I was saying, what was I saying? So, Jesus Christ, man. Fucking Snack with the $2 pop quiz super chats. Are Latinas crazy? No, they're not any crazier than women, period. Women. I suppose that their feminine traits have a function in some type of a balance in society, but my goodness. My goodness, if ever men's role was to be a pillar of stability for women, Jesus Christ. Oh Lord. That's why feminism will never work. Feminism will never work, and being a subservient little bitch to your woman will never work either. Rebecca asks, Critical Velocity, do you believe in inner Earth or hollow Earth? No, I don't really have a view on that either way. I've heard of it. Sounds just ridiculous, but then again, so did Flat Earth when I first heard it. So, what do I know? Snack with another pop quiz super chat asks, do you like Jordan Peterson? You know, I tried to like Jordan Peterson, but I just don't see what all the hype is all about. I mean, okay, so he's anti-SJW. That's great. And yeah, he owns feminists. Okay, cool. But like his lectures, you know, from like his college days or whatever, his lectures, I'll like listen to them because they have like hundreds of thousands of views. I'm like, oh, this must be really enlightening. And I'll listen to like a 20-minute Jordan Peterson lecture, and I'll be like, he didn't say anything. I literally get nothing out of it. I don't know why. So that's what I think about Jordan Peterson. That's my opinion. So, amazing. So yeah, Jesus Christ of Nazareth says that Jordan Peterson is wise enough to avoid the shittery that is flat Earth. Yeah, well, if only it was that simple. Sneck says, you remind me of Eddie Bravo. Fuck, bro. Oh my god, Sneck, man. I have nothing in common with Eddie Bravo other than maybe fucking flat Earth. Anyways. So yeah, the NPC meme is interesting because, you know, yeah, people can't sit still, you know? People can't sit still. And I'm a victim of that neurosis myself. But, yeah. Somebody asked, what do I think about the 10,000 Hondurans, the caravan, the migrant caravan? What else is there to say or think about it? It's probably a fake, staged bullshit hoax. You know, probably funded and organized. For sure, probably funded and organized. Perfectly timed. Stupid. It's just, I mean, it's so transparently ridiculous that I don't even care enough to do videos on these topics anymore. It's just like, okay. They just, I mean, it's that's enough. Like, it's just like, it's just so ridiculous at this point, man. Yeah. You know, great timing and all that shit. So, some Mike Myers fucking neighborhood out here, bro. Some Halloween shit. Let's go this way. Let's see what's over here. What is my favorite topic now? Flat Earth, basically, is like the only thing I think about practically. It's the only thing that actually captures my interest. So, I get into politics occasionally, but for the most part, it's flat Earth. Flat Earth, you know. Anyways, so yeah, the NPC meme, non-playable character. Yeah, I just think, yeah, like sometimes, you know, you just. Anyways, this all started because I was talking about an inability to sit still. Vigo says he watched First Man and it sucked. Oh, shit. Sorry about that, bro. I hope you didn't watch it under my recommendation. Then again, I did say go watch it if you're a flat Earth or globe Earth skeptic, just for the critical analysis. Not necessarily because you'll enjoy it, though I did like the movie. I mean, again, I probably only liked it because I was scrutinizing it, so there's that. I wanted to see how they faked the moon landing. Rebecca's been seeing a lot of white orbs. Rebecca is she's a witch. I think Rebecca's a witch. She deals with orbs and casts spells. Lord. Sneck with a $5 super chat says Michael Moore's neck/chin had information that would have led to Hillary Clinton's arrest. Oh, Michael Moore's tired. So yeah, I just think it's crazy how some people can't sit still, and we're all guilty of it to a degree, unless you're like some Buddhist meditating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, inside of a cave somewhere. Jesus Christ. Let's see here. K. Evangelou says, "Hey cutie, what do you think of pole shift?" The hell? Hey, I think we're back. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Internet went out. Cut out. I think we're back now, though. Pole shift? I don't know. I don't know much about the magnetic poles, other than what they say about compasses. Can you guys hear me? Wait. You guys confirm that you can hear me? Confirm it. If you can still hear me, let me know. If you can still hear me, let me know. Okay. Okay, great. You guys can hear me. Thank you. So, okay, great. You guys can hear me. Thank you. So, yeah, other than like compasses, I was debating my dad the other day about how do compasses work on the globe. And I was sort of just commenting how, why would they make compasses on a 2D plane? Why not? Because when you're at the North Pole, the South Pole is technically below you. So why not make a compass work on a 3D axis of some kind? Why the hell would they do it on a 2D, like a 2D plane, 2D surface? So I asked Adam, like, I asked him, do compasses, are they attracted to the North Pole? Because it seems like that's the default setting, right? Most compasses point north, and I'm asking him, so wait, does that mean that compasses are just designed to point north to the North Pole, and then by default, the other side of the arrow, the little pointer thing on your compass, by default, because it's on the back side of the end that points north, is the other side by default pointing south. So my question was, is a compass designed to know where the south is? Or does it only know where the North Pole is? And then as a consequence of pointing in that direction, the other half of the pointer is always pointing south. Not because the compass knows where south is, but because it's only it's only created, only designed to point north. And south is just a consequence of it pointing north. And basically my question was, is there such a thing as a compass that points south? Like, that is designed to be attracted to the South Pole? How does that work in a compass? Right? That was my question. And of course, we all understand the significance of this. On the popular flat Earth map, there is no South Pole. So I looked it up, and it's a lot more nuanced and complicated than you might think. So I had to keep doing research into that topic. But you guys might want to look into that. Are compasses made and designed to be attracted to the North Pole? And are there any compasses that are made and designed to be attracted to the South Pole? A question to look into. Sneck $5. Man, Snake, you got a lot of money to waste today, bro. Holy shit, I thought that was a spider web. Snake, you got a lot of money to waste today, dude. Is it gay to smash Blair White? Yeah, probably. Probably, bro. Yeah, good chance. Good chance. Good chance. But then you start getting to that blurry line where it's like, okay, well, is anal sex with your girlfriend kind of gay? Because you're like, I don't fucking, I don't know, man. Better not to think about these questions. Red pill, come back. I was enjoying your late night ramblings. Here I am. I don't even know where I am at this point. Just wandering through winding roads. Wandering. Moonlight Prophecy asks, if you ever feel like you figure out the Earth issue, would you tell anyone, or would you just keep this going like a TV show in order to continue revenue? Of course, that's the whole reason I'm even exploring the topic. And for that matter, why I'm even being public about exploring the topic. If I wanted to keep the revenue going, I wouldn't have brought up Flat Earth to begin with. Because that one really fucked with people. Didn't fuck with people as much as veganism did, but Flat Earth fucked with people. At the end of the 2016 election, my channel was doing very well, statistically speaking, just covering politics and Trump. It didn't need veganism or Flat Earth to keep being profitable. But as much as money is a nice thing, it isn't the top priority with red pill philosophy for me. This is the real reason I'm doing it is basically a passion project. It's a place to vent my creative urges. The money is a nice, add-on after the fact as a consequence, but that's not the primary goal here. Mr. Sneck continues his rampant super chat spree, breaking records. Sneck with a $5 super chat says, it is not gay, confirmed. Blair's tranny friends are fine as frick, and I'm not gay. Also, Cubans are smelly, haha, trolled. Okay. Hey man, you want to go have sex with trannies? I mean, go for it, dude. Like, go, man. Like, I'm not stopping you, man. Go for it. Go for it, bro. Anyways, the fuck was I talking about? Oh my god. Holy Lord. There's 3 shadows of myself being cast across the street right now. And you have to wonder if one of those is another figure stalking me. You never know. Bro, what the fuck did Conor lose the fight? Yeah, he lost. He got murdered. That was shameful. Yeah. Conor McGregor seems like he's he's just more of a businessman than a fighter at this point, bro. And it just seemed like he didn't have that commitment level. He just seemed like he was giving up halfway through the fight, man. People already packed the house, the sales were already done, the checks were already cashed practically. And I just didn't see much of a fighter in him that night, honestly. I don't know, man. I think McGregor might have reached his peak already. He's done. We'll see. You never know. But he just seems so like he lacked vigor. Seemed like he lacked vigor. Yeah. So, anyways, like I was saying, like 15 minutes ago, like, yeah, people can't sit still, and I think, like, as I was also saying earlier, yeah, dogs and cats are very different. Dogs can't sit still. They're these erratic balls of energy, and you walk into the house and they go crazy over you. They jump on top of you and they freaking piss themselves with glee. And when a dog reacts that way to you, are they reacting out of love? That's what most people will say, is love, it's loyalty, they love you. Isn't that beautiful? But I think of it more as neediness. It's not love, it's neediness. The point I was making earlier was that cats are like the exact opposite. People tend to think of cats as being cold and aloof, and they don't care about you. They don't have feelings, and they get a bad rap from the dog lover crowd. But I don't think that's true at all. I mean, a few years ago, you had that viral video where the cat attacked a dog. The cat saved a little boy from a vicious, stupid dog. Started biting the little boy in the leg, and that story went viral, and the cat was like a hero. And a lot of dog people were shocked. They're like, what, cats? Cats are just selfish cunts. They would never risk their own well-being to save somebody else. And cats can be very loyal in their own kind of way. But people interpret their introverted, calm, quiet, stealthy nature as being cold. And I think dog lovers a lot of times are so spoiled by their dog constantly gratifying their fucking existence that when they walk into a room and they see a cat that doesn't give three shits that they walked into the room, dog owners are a bit spoiled, and they get offended that the cat dared not give three fucks that a human walks into the room. So I do prefer cats over dogs. I think dogs are kind of annoying half the time because I just don't see their behavior as love. I see it as neediness. So, anyways, yeah, this had to do with believe it or not, I was talking about the non-playable character meme, NPCs, and yeah, I just don't think some people can sit still, and I think sometimes it's good to just shut up and sit still. You gotta shut up, you gotta sit still. But that silence is a bit, that silence can be a bit scary. It can be threatening to sit there in silence, because you have to sit there and you have to be there with reality. But we don't live in reality, And people wonder why the NPC meme exists, the non-playable character meme exists. They wonder why, but it shouldn't be that surprising. Don't shove an iPad in your child's face from 6 months of age because you're trying to keep them to shut up. I mean, I could never do that. To me, as far as I'm fucking concerned, I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, in my opinion, um, putting an iPad in the palms of the hands of your 6 month old is like giving them heroin. It's it's such bad training for your kids' brains. You want to know why people love thinking they live on a spinning ball? Because since day one, they weren't taught how to sit still in silence and just relax. They get fidgety and they start getting those crack urges. They start scratching their neck and they start getting these urges and they need their little digital crack fix. And that constant motion, that constant stimulation that you need, like like living on a spinning ball, nothing ever calms down, nothing ever comes to a pause. So the whole system feeds it to itself. The whole system feeds into itself. And yeah, don't give your 6-year-old an iPad. Don't let your 6-year-old play with an iPad. Sorry, I didn't mean 6-year-old. I meant 6 month old. Maybe at 6 years old you can start, using an iPad productively, but don't shove an iPad into your 6 month old's hands just because you want it to shut up. Don't do that. Someone says no TV for my 18-month-old boy. Well, good for you. Good for you. But yeah, I mean, people don't understand. It's like, look, it's an elaborate, it's an elaborate discussion. I'm not gonna get too deep in it. Anyways, so yeah. If I ever have kids, man, I might go move to like an Amish reservation or something. Raise my kids on an Amish plantation or something. My God. Holy shit. I don't know. We'll see. I have to think about that one. I have to think about that one. But one thing's for sure, my kids are not stepping foot in a public school. No way, Jose. Not stepping foot in a public school. Because, I'm just a big fan of education. Like, I'm just, I'm a big fan of education. And so because I'm a big fan of education, like I know that, you shouldn't put your kids in public school because they're not going to really become educated there. So like, like science or whatever. We all have to stick with the science. So, oh, fuck. Flat. Would be crazy if the Earth is flat, though. I don't know what the fuck I would do if the Earth was flat, like, because I haven't fully accepted that. I'm still going back and forth, so I don't. But man, what would that mean if the Earth was flat, bro? Like, what would that mean? Flat, stationary, center of the universe, flat, stationary, center of the universe. Could you imagine? I mean, Jesus. Fuck. What do you do with that? See, that's when you have a full flat earth awakening, you sit your ass down and you sit there in pure silence and pure stillness and you feel silence and stillness like you've never felt in your life before, bro. Like you've never felt before, bro. I bet that's what would happen. Because as still as the world might feel beneath your feet, you've been programmed from an early age to think that everything's constantly moving and spinning. So it has a psychological effect in the back of your mind. I'm absolutely sure of it. Which is arguably why there's so many mental neuroses in society nowadays. Why people can't sit still. Why they're neurotic maniacs, can't put their phones down. Why 5 seconds of silence will drive someone crazy and they'll have to reach over and pull out Twitter again and start scrolling mindlessly. So, okay, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. I literally wasn't even planning to talk about anything, but I ended up talking a lot. So, thank you to everybody for the super chats. Thank you, Snack, for the super chat rampage. Rebecca is still chatting away in the chat there. All right. Okay, guys. Keep in touch. Laters.